go to Jim Utter, then we'll go here to the blue, then we'll go back upstairs. Go ahead.
Jim Utter, Charlotte Observer. Trevor, this is kind of goes back to the question that Jenna just asked you. A lot of people mentioned the fact that you spent a lot of time working with Jeff Gordon in the duels on Thursday. It's one thing to be fast on the track. It's another to be trusted by experienced drivers. Why do you think that drivers like Jeff Gordon and others today felt that they could work with you throughout this race?
I have no idea other than the fact that we had a fast race car, and everybody wants to be hooked up to a fast race car. So when we qualified third, it kind of sparked everything. They were like, wow, maybe we need that 21 car pushing us. So I don't want to say it's anything that I did any differently than any other rookie, but we were just fast. And, I can't thank Jeff and those guys enough for putting the trust in me. Even though I'm only 20, I've been doing it since I was 5 also. So I've got a little bit of experience. Definitely nothing like this, but really none of us had any experience doing this. So I really had a little bit of an advantage not having to relearn it all. And, I got behind them. I was comfortable pushing, just kept it cool, and that Ford held up all day. I mean, there was at one point in the race, I dropped a little water pressure, and they said it was just because it had cooled down. And, so that Ford engine kept running strong as a pusher. And, but all those guys that helped me along the way today, I mean, their trust in me showed that other people could trust me. Jeff Gordon taking that first step just showed everybody else that, hey, they can work with me, and we're here.
Go right here.
Trevor, first of all, congratulations. You were responsible, by the way, for getting this entire room to explode in applause.
No way.
Which probably hasn't happened a handful of times in this room. So, but that said, I think most of us were cheering because of that move right there at the end. You're being very modest right now about it, but I mean the move right in front of Carl Edwards right there at the end, that's not the kind of move that a guy that's had 2 Sprint Cup races under his belt makes. Where did that come from?
Well, I'm here to win just like they are, and I'm just glad we didn't get turned on that deal because you see a lot. Of course, it might have been like the 76 race and we'd have been sideways crossing the finish line torn up, but maybe still first. So, no, I mean, I can't, like I said, Bobby Labonte was just an awesome pusher, and then I pulled down, and it was like perfect timing. I mean, God definitely had a plan for that. He's like, all right, now, and I pulled down, and it was just, it just hooked up perfect, and like Carl said, he's like, I couldn't get to you. I mean, I got to you, and you just pulled back away. So, thank you all for cheering for me. I mean, that's really cool, and I think it's awesome too that these guys were cheering for me at Texas, and they took that first step and said, hey, we're going to continue doing this. After Texas, they could have said, no more. You figure out what else you're going to do. But we saw the potential. The oldest team, youngest driver. I think it's so cool just to be sitting in here.
Let's go upstairs to the press box for 4 questions. Go ahead.
Bruce Meyer with SI.com. One for Trevor, one for Eddie or Len. Trevor, how much of today's victory do you think was kind of a reward for your sacrifice and humility that you kind of showed? I mean, there were a lot of people like yourself and Regan Smith who proved that you were more than willing to be helpful to help another guy win, and then it turned around to where you ended up being the winner.
Well, that's definitely not how we planned it. Like I'd planned on winning the whole time, don't get me wrong, but, I'd planned on pushing somebody until that last lap. So the whole race is going on, and I'm just formulating, okay, when's going to be the best time to make a move if there's no other groups pushing? But, I definitely think that humility is something to hang on to for everybody, all the young kids and everything that they're doing their sports or whatever. Just stay grounded. Remember that if it wasn't for somebody else helping you, then you wouldn't be sitting where you are. I've had so many people help me along the way that have kept me grounded too. From my family getting me started to, driving for Dale Earnhardt Incorporated, to driving for MWR and Gary Bechtel and Diamond Waltrip Racing, to Jack Roush, to these guys. I mean, somebody has helped you get there. You didn't do it on your own. So when you think about it that way, it'll keep you humble. And I think those kind of people will always be rewarded for it.
Stay upstairs for another question in the press box. Go ahead.
Godwin Kelly, News Journal. Back when you were testing at New Smyrna about a year ago, did you play this scenario in your mind like, okay, I'm on the last lap of the Daytona 500 and that kind of thing?
Oh yeah, when we met the first time, God, when I started thinking about it, I'm just kidding. No, I mean, I honestly haven't thought about this win. I mean, I didn't expect it. Like they said, you were at the dinner the other night when we were joking around about it. I never expected to be sitting in here. And I still don't think it's real. So sorry if I'm bouncing around on questions and answers, but I'm just figure I can do whatever I want to since it's just a dream anyways.
Stay upstairs for two more. Go ahead.
Kenny Bruce with SceneDaily.com. This is for Lynn and Eddie. You guys have said that Donnie was on the radio doing all the talking. What were you two guys doing on the pit box, and what was it like for you when it came down to the green-white checker?
Well, for me, it was trying to help Donnie with the fuel mileage because, with all the yellows, and then we were working on trying to save fuel on each yellow. Planning on the green white checkers, and I think at the end we could run on to about 2:15. But a lot of that was due to Trevor not knocking it out of gear, but using long gears. That's the term. So, but we're just tickled to be here. I don't know what else to say.